Year 2 at Georgetown is going to begin with the team traveling to Hawaii. They're going to be playing in the Hawaiian Invitational 2 versus 11. And about that, it's actually the Maui Invitational, but I guess since it's 2K8, they're just calling it different because of the licensings, or maybe even like back in that time it was called that and they changed it over the years. But finally, we're going out of the country. We usually just go play in New York or wherever, but finally we're going out of the country somewhere a little bit. And you know what? I sound dumb, right? Because Hawaii is part of the 50 states. So not really out of the country, but I don't know. I just feel like a better, more vacation place. I don't know how to explain it. Just somewhere different finally. So UCLA, they're number 2, 3-0. And then Georgetown, we're number 11, 4-0. It's kind of weird though, because UCLA does have their own super team. They have some players that we'll talk more about when we get to the NBA live part of basketball and the college basketball. What is that game even called? NCAA basketball 2010? Whatever that game is called. We'll talk more about the UCLA players like Nick Howard and that kind of stuff in that series. Right now, though, we'll focus on Georgetown and their number 11 team, which is weird because they just won the championship. They did lose those two big men. The star, though, Taurean President, 6'7", 220, can play. Like you see here, he could play make. He's 6'7", could get in the post, rebound, and it's just different. I actually have never really had a player that was a 6'7" point guard. So obviously I had Luke Kelly, 6'8", shooting guard, small forward. But like I said, this guy's the number 1 player in the country. So I think that's one of the reasons they're at least number 11, because here, look, he can shoot the 3. But he's big. That's really what the mismatch is. Like, you have someone 6'7" running the point. It's not Magic Johnson, because Magic was 6'9". It's more like Penny Hardaway, really. Like, that's a great comp. It's a Penny Hardaway type player. Could easily get you the assist. And the goal for this game is actually to have more assists. Like, I feel like this guy can score 40 at any point, but this is one of those games where you're like on a national stage early. And look, they're guarding him. They are forcing him where he doesn't want to go. But right here, it's all about the pick and roll. It's all about showing that he could play on the big stage. That's really what it is. And as a point guard, no way better to show that, like we saw with Al, than to set the teammates up, set the offense up. And he did that. In his first half, his team's up by 16, and you didn't see him score much. Had that 3, had that inside layup, but I mean, the team's not doing bad at all, 50%. The other team's shooting 28, so I mean, self-explanatory. He had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. And it's kind of different, like I said, to have someone that's the number 1 player everybody's focused on and all he wants to do is make his teammates better. Look at that. Now, that's a top 10 play, for real. That assist, that slam, that was tough. But that's the thing, look, I mean, he bobbled it, or fumbled the bag, basically, but still. Look, he don't want to do nothing but set guys up. And I was actually thinking he was more in the Ben Simmons mode of like a point forward. But that's not really a good comparison because, as we know now, with revisionist history, Ben Simmons is really just a defensive stopper. He don't shoot no threes. And it's crazy because sometimes I want to watch highlights and do research. Like, did he ever shoot? Because, there's always been, look at that pass. There's always been that running joke that he couldn't shoot. And it makes sense because I play basketball sometimes too, bro. You're not going to just be shooting, especially if you want to win. And it doesn't matter how much you work on it. You're not just going to take shots. But he was bad, like, in the sense of, bro was wide open. So that's literally the long rant on why I don't want to compare him to Ben Simmons, but he is the number 1 player, 6'7", and has everyone's attention. But all he wants to do is look, open threes. And look at the score, bro. And you've seen it throughout this series, bro. When you have 15 assists, when you have a point guard, bro, that's just sharing the ball, look at that, 16 assists. You could double all you want, you're down by 35 points. It's almost as if you're not, let's go, bro. Because remember, he is 6'7". But remember, this is the number 2 team in the country. Like, there's no other way to make a big statement than what he's doing right now. And it's one of those things where I feel like this is one of the tournaments, Hawaiian/Maui Invitational, that'll be on TV, so everybody's watching. And like I said too, he's the first number 1 recruit that I've gotten in this whole series. So it's just a different level of expectation. And so he's out. But it's like one of those things where even with Felipe Lopez Lowe, he was tough, but he wasn't number 1. You know what I mean? And there's a whole story for that with, so 11, 3, 16, Went had 20 and 9. Dietrich had 21 and 2. I mean, everybody was doing their thing. And I don't even understand, bro. Georgetown, 73 to 35, bro. But Georgetown got so many centers. So they're 38 and 1, bro. That's the season that they end up having. That's crazy. So as you see, first in the conference, their one loss was in conference. I wonder who it was against, bro. Probably like Villanova. 304 and 40, bro. That is a crazy record. That is like, that's kind of like a football record. But even with a record like that, it takes like 30 years. Not no couple of years like this team so far. And, I mean, shoot. They're just solid. It's like a well-oiled machine. They won 16 straight on their way to the championship, and they blew Villanova. Oh, my gosh. First game, 87-60, 27, 10 and 7. 21, 6 and 5, 102, dang, to 73, 78, 56. So every game's been like a 20-point game. 105, geez, to 65. So every game, it's not even been close. 31, 6 and 3, 70 to 59. Yeah, it's not really been close at all. And then even the championship game, 34, 3 and 5, and they beat them by 40, bro. And this is only year 2, like I said. So let's go to LA and see what they come up with. And they've been solid, bro. They've been a 30-win team every year. So obviously they win the conference. Not easily, but they do. 32 and 5, 15 and 3. So wasn't their best year in conference, but they still got a number 1 seed. And like I said, you look at it, they have their own big 3. A lot of solid players that's getting recruited. Only recruiting California teams, and this is more of a realistic team in terms of balance, because you see so many guys averaging double figures. So they made it to the Elite 8. First round, damn, they beat them by 70. They just got too many dogs. Second round, they beat them by 18. Third round, okay, is a little bit closer against St. Mary's, a little bit closer. And then they get to Elite 8. Michigan State takes them out by 4. Still a great season, though. Like, UCLA is a premier program. And we always say that. Premier programs with great coaches is just clockwork at that point. It just takes care of itself in a sense. So, Taurean President, Player of the Year, 26.7, bro. He can shoot, pass, rebound. I mean, dang, what can't he do? 6'7", 220 from Orlando. 4.4 rebounds, 4.2 assists. Had 1,000 points in his one season. That's tough, bro, because you see a lot of players play 4 years and don't get 1,000 points. Shot 48% from the field, 43% from 3, 75%, or 79% from the free throw line. And basically won every award. And the way I look at it, this is a player that had to have gone to a school like Montverde. I mean, you go to the number 1 school, number 1 player, it's just all easier. Coach of the Year. I mean, Duke got their defensive player. Nevada got a big man. He's obviously the freshman of the year. First team All-American. Freshman All-American. That's a solid season, bro. And it's been a couple years now. You see Kyle Lee Watson, he's had Kelly, Lopez Lowe, now Taurean, where they just win everything, really, award-wise. So first team all conference. Went from Durham, he's second team with 12.8. Freshman all conference. And then let's go see what the Pac-10 has for us. No freshman. Nick Howard, second team, 14 points. That's tough. That's like a really well-rounded stat line. But yeah, it's at that point, man. 301 to 39. Conference Coach of the Year, Conference Championship. It's a well-oiled machine. And there it goes, the end to another video following Coach Kyle Lee Watson from starting off at a small school in New York to 4 national championships. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.